All right. All right, so before I start this video off, I want to remind you that the new USD tour video is out right now. The 25 years tour with all your favorite pros, as well as your boy right here. And I'm going to leave the link up here and also in the description. You might want to check this out after this video, obviously. All right, so let's get straight into this video. It's not going to contain any skating footage. It's more or less just kind of an adventure through what's been going on in my mind lately related to skating. And, well, the people that follow me on Instagram probably know this already, but I am a huge fan of, I am doing rock climbing. And by rock climbing, I mean strictly indoors and only bouldering, which means there is a maximum height. There's no ropes as safety. There's just mattresses to fall on. That's all. Point of that, as opposed to regular climbing, is it's less about stamina and like long lines. It's more about shorter lines that are usually more intense physically. And yeah, just a short way of clarifying this. Anyway, as I have been doing this for the last few winters especially, so I started doing this like 2 or 3 years ago, I got more and more into thinking about how this is affecting my skating and how my skating has progressed while I was doing rock climbing as well. Rock climbing really helped me improve as a skater, and I'm not talking about getting more tricks in the bag. Obviously, you're not practicing topsouls or whatever, but rather you are training so much more physically and mentally than you are if you're just skating. I have not prepared a script for this, you can probably tell already, but I have just a few things in mind that I just want to talk about. Starting with the most obvious point that I have is, well, when you're out rock climbing, especially in winter where skating is a bit harder and you don't do it as much, you still manage to stay active, you still are physically staying in shape or getting more into shape as it was for me. You're working your whole body. You're not working only your feet as you are in skating, or you're mostly working your feet in skating, but you're also working your upper body, your core, which is very important to just solid skating, as well as your shoulders and, well, your wrists. I think it's pretty obvious why that is an advantage in skating. And yeah, so I noticed that going into spring, when I'm rock climbing during winter, I am way more, I'm getting back into skating, like back into it, way better than I did the years before, just because I was more active. It wasn't that hard getting back into just such a physically intense activity as street skating. So I'm skating during winter, obviously, but it's usually more restricting. There's no indoor parks in Vienna, so whenever we go skating indoor parks, it's more of a special thing. Like, you don't do this every week, but maybe every other week. Usually indoor skate parks are not really that, like, they don't have those kind of spots that you want to skate usually, or at least for me. And yeah, getting back into street skating, it's challenging physically and mentally, of course. So yeah, staying in shape definitely helps you there. And also staying in shape in general, I think, is a very important thing. Like, there's obviously more points to this. There's not just the physical activity, but also the healthy diet, the well-balanced diet especially. And just being aware of the things you do and the things you consume. So that all playing together, you're just doing your body a favor by just, you're being faster, you're thinking faster on your feet. So whenever you're falling and skating, yeah, being physically in shape just helps you a lot with that. next thing that came to mind, and that always comes to mind, and that's why I love rock climbing so much, and that's why I love skating so much too, is the point of coordination. You're seeing something, you're seeing a spot in skating, as well as you're seeing a line or a problem in rock climbing, and you have to figure out how to solve this problem by using your body just in the right way. Body movement, saving power up to the last hold, and just working every bit of your body into this. This kind of coordination always works well for skating, and while you're usually coordinating eyes to feet in skating, you're also working eyes to hand in climbing, but also feet, obviously. You're working your whole body, like I said. Giving that that whole point, you can always adapt this to skating, and you don't even have to think about it. You automatically adapt this to skating, and that combined with the staying in shape, just, well, those are two pretty big points in my opinion. And yeah, just a very nice thing to have, like being I say, in a physical advantage going into street skating, especially when the winters are like they are here, and you're getting back like I said, out on the streets in spring. Coming in with that coordination is one thing I thought is the whole point of goal setting and problem solving. So just like in skating, whenever you're thinking of a spot and a trick, you're setting a problem for yourself. You're setting a goal that you want to reach, a problem that you want to solve. Sounds a bit harsh, but like a goal that you want to set and achieve in the best scenario, yeah. In rock climbing, there's the same thing. You have your line, which starts at a very obvious point because, well, that's where the mark is. And then there's the hold on the top that you want to reach. And you set a goal. You say, like, I want to reach this grade. I see this specific problem that looks very appealing to me for different reasons. And this might be a project for a day. It might be one just for a few tries. I had a few that took me months, but that goes into the next thing. Well, I like the whole goal setting and achieving thing in skating as well. And whenever you're setting a goal, it doesn't matter how high that goal is, you're getting that confidence boost, that satisfaction of reaching something that you set yourself for. And I'm not sure if this is like an actual thing or I'm just thinking that, but personally I felt getting the confidence from another sport, in this case rock climbing, I could always adapt this to skating. So I would go into my next skating session with more confidence because I know that what I'm physically capable of, and also mentally. I mean, there's still, you still have to be confident enough. You have to overcome fear in climbing as well. Sometimes not as obviously as you are in skating, but just all in general, there is this confidence boost that you get. You can adapt this to skating. You're going into this with more confidence, and that confidence is well deserved because your body is aware of the movements it's capable of, and you know just how much you can do with your body, how much certain aspects of your body work with skating, like I said, your upper body, your hands, for instance, your shoulders. There's so many things to it. And strengthening your body like that and being more aware of it, I think this is some superpower stuff right here. And obviously, if people go to the gym or people doing yoga, they're going for the same thing right here. The only thing that rock climbing has offered me that I have not gotten in yoga, or especially going to the gym, I was never a fan of that. but it's just the rock climbing thing has some sort of competition with myself in it that I really enjoy, and that just gives me more, just gives me more joy. It's more fun for me. Like, sometimes I can get a bit competitive, and you can also get creative with rock climbing, so that's a pretty cool thing too. And yeah, I do take rock climbing quite seriously when I am doing it, but I'm not as eager as I am in skating. So one thing I learned by that is leaving problems open for some other time. It's like every skater knows this feeling, I guess. You're filming a trick and you have to accept your defeat at some point. It's just not working. And this is one thing that rock climbing has taught me as well. It is okay to just leave something for another day. And usually, if you go back to this line, trying it at a different time, it works so much better than on the first day. I'm still having my problems adapting this to skating, but I think this is a point that has helped me there too. So like just leaving tricks open for a different session, clips that still need to be done because they didn't work in one day. And I know how frustrated I can get by that, but it just helps me like just have a different outlook on this. So it can happen, and you cannot always get every clip the way you want it to be, and sometimes it just needs some time, and sometimes that time frame is more than just an hour. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, who knows. All that trial and error that goes in with rock climbing as well, the figuring things out. There's so many little aspects that I probably forgot to mention right now, but I've been rambling on for, I don't know, 10 minutes already, and I could go on forever probably. It's way harder doing this as a monologue type thing, but I'm wrapping this up right now, and I'm just telling you, going into a second sport, something to keep your whole body active, will definitely help you improve as a skater. And personally, I can recommend rock climbing to everyone out there, especially because of the whole strengthening your wrists and shoulders, as well as your core and your back, which is, well, highly affected by skating. And also, just as a side note, people that go into rock climbing from skating tend to be way better at a way sooner, because you know how to work your legs. And well, climbing is not only hands, even though you might think that, but your feet are just as important. And as a skater, you have the privilege of knowing how to use your feet along with your whole body. So that definitely helped me getting into it, and that's why I recommend it to everyone out there. And well, if you ever thought about doing it, get some of your skating friends or your non-skating friends as well, and try it out for yourself. Expect some sore hands for the first few times, but they'll get used to it just as your feet got used to your skates. And well, that was my side of the story. But if you have any other sports that you participate in, other than skating, I'd love to hear it. Drop it down in the comments and let me know why you're doing the sport that you have. Like, what does it bring to you? Like, there's so many things I think that people can take from everything they do in their daily lives, and especially in sports. I'm very enthusiastic with, like, well, participating and watching all kinds of sports. And this is just one tiny bit of, well, that category that I'm sharing with you right now. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. And also, as you might have seen this, I forgot to mention, this is my Patreon back there, which I'm trying to get back up there. And if you feel like supporting me for future content right here, that's where you can go to. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, as well as my affiliate link for Insta360 if you want to get some dope fisheye shots without having to get a fisheye filmer all the time, practicing your fisheye shots or whatever. Insta360 is a very great camera to work with skating, and there's so many things yet to be explored with it. Watch some of my older videos. I did many videos with my Insta360, and get a look for yourself. And if you feel like buying one, just have a look down over my affiliate link. Helps me out a lot, and I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everyone that watched it up until here, and I appreciate your input on this topic. So let me know your thoughts, and thanks for tuning in. And tune in for next time with some more skating content.